Hey guys, it's Tanya. So now that we have the app available, I wanted to take a minute and show you how it will work. So you'll continue to get your weekly email that has the PDF version of the meal plan in case you want to print anything, but you'll also get another email. So if I open up my email here, I have an email from Modern Meal saying that Tanya Hunnig from Meal Squeeze sent me my July 23 meal plan. So in my email, I can click on this green View Meal Plan button, and that will bring me right to the web version of Modern Meal. So that's great if I'm on my computer. Now, since I'm on my phone, I'm actually going to close out of there, and I'm just going to open up the app instead. So in the bottom right corner of the screen, I have the green Modern Meal app. So I'm going to open that up. And now, since I have a new plan, I have a notification. So on the top right corner, there's that green bell. I'm going to click on that. And this shows me I've sent a whole bunch of meal plans, but I'm going to go with the most recent one at the top and click View. So now I can see the July 23 meal plan. If I scroll down, it says it has 8 recipes. So I have my dessert and my 7 dinners. And if I go back up to the top, I can click Preview Plan, and then I can look at the individual recipes. Or I can just go ahead and click Use Plan if I know I want to at least put some of these onto my calendar. So I'm going to click that Use Plan button. And now I have to pick a start date. So, typically we start our meal plans on Mondays at Meal Squeeze. So I'm going to select the 23rd. But if it's more convenient for you to start your week on Sunday or even in the middle of the week, you can feel free to do that. So I chose the 23rd, and now I'm going to click Place Meal Plan. And it's going to say, are you sure? And I say, yep. And now it's going to add that to my calendar, which takes just a minute. Now it says all done. The meal plan's been added, and I hit OK. So now I'm still in my notifications. So I'm going to use the back arrow on the top left and back out of here. And now I'm back to my main screen. Okay. So I'll come back to this screen in just a bit. But what I want to do is go to the bottom and click on that calendar looking button. So I'm going to click on that. And now I can see I have the meal plan that I just added. So starting on Monday, July 23, I have my most recent meal plan. So there are quite a few things that I can do from this calendar screen. So first, I can look at the nutrition information for the recipes if I want to, or I can actually click this right arrow button, and then I have the options to view the recipe, or I can scale it right there if I want to. There's a faster way that I can scale it later, but there's a few things there. And then I can also add in what I want to have for breakfast or lunch or snacks. So let's say on Monday, I want to have breakfast burritos, and I want to make sure that that gets on my grocery list. So I'm going to go, this is my archive of recipes, and right at the top, I have breakfast burritos. So I click the add recipe button, and now I can search for whatever one I want. And since I want the breakfast burritos and they're right on top, I'll just click that plus button. And now I have breakfast burritos on for Monday's breakfast. So what's kind of cool is if I click this show nutrition information, it actually gives me a tally of what breakfast and dinner are now. And so if I put in my snacks and my lunch, I can get a whole daily total. So that's kind of nice if you're really trying to watch your calories, or if you maybe have to follow a reduced sodium diet or something like that. It's a great way to keep track. But it's also just a great way to make sure that you get the groceries for everything that you need. So I could also click that ingredient button and add in, maybe I want to have Greek yogurt for my snack, and I want to make sure I remember to buy those. So I can search for Greek yogurt. I like Oikos, so I'll push that. Plus, I can add 1 or I can add more. I'm just going to do 1. And then I can select that I'm going to have that for my snack. And now it added that into my daily total too, and that Greek yogurt will show up on my grocery list. So kind of cool stuff. Now, another thing that I can do is, let's say Wednesday is the slow cooker taco pasta, and I don't want to make that recipe. What I can do is I can click on these 3 vertical dots next to Wednesday, and if I click that little trash can button, it's going to delete this recipe from my meal plan. So automatically, all the ingredients for that recipe will come off of my grocery list. I won't have to manually cross them out or anything. So that's super nice. And then now I can actually go in and add what I do want to make on Wednesday. So I'll click this Add Recipes button, and I can think, what old recipes did we really like that I want to make again? So my kids really liked those roast beef paninis. So I can search for panini and there it will pop up. And again, I'll just click that little plus button on the right and it will add it to Wednesday. And now I have the meal that I want. Okay, so I can make all those adjustments however I want. And once I have the week the way that I want it to be, what I'm going to do is go to the top right corner and I'm going to click that grocery list button. Okay, so I click this and I can add to an existing list or I can make a new one. So I'm going to say, we'll just put new grocery list. I have a few old ones in here from playing around earlier. So I'll do new grocery list and click the create button and it's been added. So I don't want to look at my list quite yet, so I'm going to click OK instead of show me. Now here's one thing to remember with the app. If you look at the top of the screen, it shows the week is July 22 through July 28. So in the app, it will show you your week from Sunday to Saturday. And you can't actually change that in the app. You can choose whatever date range you want if you're doing it from your computer. So it might be easier if you want to do your grocery list from your computer. But either way, all I need to do is if I'm on the app, I need to push this little right arrow button and go to the next week, because now you see Sunday's recipe, that crisp chicken, actually shows up on that next week, right? So it's not on my grocery list yet. So what I need to do is just click, I went to that next week, July 29, and now I need to click the grocery list button again. And then I'm going to choose my existing grocery list, the one I just created, and click save. And now it's been updated. So you have to make sure if you make your grocery list from the app that you move over a week and add Sunday's recipes too. Again, if you do it from your computer, you won't need to do that. You can select the date range that you want. Okay. So now I have all of my 7 days on my grocery list. So I'm going to click show me on the grocery list. And it will load my grocery list for me, okay? So another thing that you need to remember with the app is that all the recipes are going to default to 4 servings. So this is great if you're on the 4-serving plan, right? Now, if you are on the 2, the 6, or the 8, you just need to remember to change the quantities so that your grocery list is the right amount for you. So this is super easy to do. It shows me my recipes that I have for the week, and all I need to do is on the right-hand side of the screen, click that little scale button and I'll be able to make adjustments. So I'm going to click the scale for the chocolate banana pops. Maybe I want to make 8 servings of that one so I can keep some extra in the freezer. And then it updates that for me. The grilled pork chops, I'm going to keep that at 4. Maybe the Thai quinoa bowl, I'm going to click that one. I might turn that one down to 2 and just pack it for lunch for my husband and I. So this is super nice because you don't have to do the same number of servings for every recipe for the week, right? Maybe on Sunday I have some company coming over, so that crisp chicken, maybe I want to turn that one up to 10. I can do more than 8 servings if I want to, and that will scale everything for me. So now I can see I have everything the way that I want to, and I can go on to my grocery list. So this is what the grocery list actually looks like when you're shopping, okay? So this is super nice. Once I find my items, I can check them off and they'll come off my list. So if I get my dark chocolate chips, I just push this little check mark and now it is no longer on my list. Now, if you accidentally push something that you didn't actually grab, so let's say maybe I accidentally hit peanuts, but then I'm like, oh no, I actually do need to get the peanuts. What I can do is I can scroll way down to the bottom and it shows the shopped items. So if I click on peanuts again at the bottom, it takes it out of the shopped list and it throws it back up to the top of the list. And now you can see peanuts are there again under baking goods. So super nice if you accidentally hit something that you weren't ready to hit. But before you go to the store, you can go through here. You can say, oh, I have honey in my cupboard and I can cross that off. And I've got powdered sugar and I have rice and water, and you can easily pare your list down. You can also go up to the top and you can add your own grocery items. So let's say I remember I need to get toilet paper. I can type that in there at the top, click the add button, And it will automatically add and categorize the toilet paper for me. So if I scroll down, there's a category called household products. There it is. And now I have toilet paper added to my grocery list. So super nice. It's really smart, and it categorizes things for you so that they show up right in the store. Okay. So that is what your grocery list looks like. If I back out of here, I'll give you a brief rundown on the other tabs on here. So if I go to the bottom left, the fork and knife, this is where we have the archive of recipes. So you can search by name, or you can filter breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So maybe I want to look for some breakfast recipes. I have a few that are tagged as good for breakfast in here. I'm going to continue to work on tagging more recipes, so you'll see more of these. But another thing that you can do from this screen is you can save favorites. So let's say I make this crisp chicken right at the top, and I really love it. What I can do is I can push this heart button next to it. And now later, if I'm looking for recipes that I really liked, I can click the heart in the top right corner of the screen, and it will show me all the recipes that I saved as ones that I loved. So that's super easy to go back and say, oh, what were the ones that I really liked again? We went through that calendar button. The next one over is what's called the Discover tab. And so this one contains recipes from other dietitians, professional chefs, other health professionals. And so these are not specifically Meal Squeeze recipes, but this is a great resource for if you have more dietary restrictions, maybe you have some more food allergies or certain needs that you have. This may be a great place that you can look. You can filter by diet type or certain needs. And so you might want to check that tab out. And then the last one is the grocery list. So I went through what that looks like. But you'll also see you can choose your lists that you haven't shopped yet. So at the top we have not shopped. So we made that new grocery list. Or you can choose your shopped lists if for some reason you wanted to look back at an old list, or all will show you your shopped and not shopped. So I'm just going to look at not shopped, okay? And then once I'm done with the list, I can check mark it, and it will come off the not shopped list and move over to the shopped, right? So that is the rundown of how the app works. Make sure to download it, take a look around, let me know